Hey, good morning. Just one second. Gotta get some more of this stuff. I truly do enjoy looking at cards and drinking coffee. I don't know what that makes me, but it sure is a nice little comfort zone I can fit into here on Cardboard Meditation. I'm the big guy. Thank you for joining me. You know, we have started to deconstruct the 1950s, the entire decade here. And we've done that with our 1950s, A Time for Cardboard Heroes, the series that we're almost toward the end of right now. And one of the things we haven't done is we haven't looked at the overall vibe of the decade. After all, we're right smack dab in the middle of the mid-century modern design that even today people just love that time, that era. So let's take a look at that here today before we start looking at some of the cards. Okay, so it was an era defined by clean lines and practical shapes. Pastel shades kind of just mixed it up with hues like mint green and pink. You know, that's still a color combination that's popular today. Post-war optimism kind of shone through with those designs, and it borrowed inspiration from atomic motifs and the space age designs. It took all those and kind of made it its own. And kitchens, that's the one I remember the most. Kitchens kind of came alive with bold patterns, and they were splashed across backsplashes and tiles and Formica countertops. And there was even plastic furniture, which really just highlighted the period's love of simplicity, innovation, and function. Whoa! That's a little busy. Good thing we had 1950s baseball. And the finest cards ever made of the finest players to have ever played.
Those 10 years let us twist, there they let us cruise. We found our rhythm in blue suede shoes, leather jackets and slick back hair. You really had to be there or be square. We got lost in the 50s when everything was nifty and a dime could buy 2 packs of cards. We had our favorite team. It was a golden decade, it seemed. 10 years still fresh in my mind.
Welcome to 1957. So, as the civil rights movement continued, the Little Rock Nine integrated the Central High School, and the Civil Rights Bill of 1957 passed, starting to change the complexion of the entire decade as we were getting ready to march into the 1960s. But a lot of people, they were looking skyward because the Soviet Union launched Sputnik 1 in October of this year, 1957. And that started the space race. That signaled the very start of that craziness that led to some wonderful, beautiful, magnificent innovations later on. And you know, at the time, a lot of people didn't think, especially Americans, didn't think that we had what it took. We didn't have the knowledge, the strength, that sort of thing to compete with Russia. But we showed them, didn't we? Yeah, we did. And you know what else? There was also a time to cheer in that fine year, time to introduce a doctor named Seuss, because it was that year Cat in the Hat was published. It was also an agonizing year for those fans in New York City. It was the year both the Brooklyn Dodgers and New York Giants left their boroughs for the West Coast. That broke the hearts of New Yorkers fans forever. Let's take a look at some awards. Hank Aaron of the Milwaukee Braves won the NL MVP. Mickey Mantle did it for the Yanks in the AL. He was the MVP that year. Warren Spahn of the Braves won the Cy Young Award with 21 wins. And Jack Sanford of the Philadelphia Phillies and Tony Kubek of the New York Yankees won the NL and AL Rookies of the Year. So when the Braves got all packed up and started moving out of Boston, headed toward Milwaukee back in 1953, Wisconsin fans wasted no time making the Braves feel at home. The county stadium was just filled with loyal supporters day after day, all hoping to get that National League pennant. And local businesses, well, they saw the excitement as an opportunity to connect with the city's new heroes. From Johnston Cookies to Lake Dairy, and even Spic and Span dry cleaners, who is today's series darlings. These merchants proudly tied their names to the Braves, hopeful that the team's success would reflect on them as well. That hope turned to reality this year, 1957. The Braves not only captured the National League pennant, they also defeated the mighty New York Yankees. What? Now, fans and collectors, they enjoyed those unique keepsakes all season long. Among them was the 1957 Spic and Span Brave set. It was issued by the Milwaukee dry cleaning company, Spic and Span, not to be confused with that household cleaning product. These cards measured 4 by 5 inches. They're kind of a unique size. And there was a 20-card series featuring crisp player photos bordered in white with a facsimile autograph and a personal message to the fans. Now, the cards with these messages on them, which look like they're written in ballpoint pen, felt kind of like getting a direct connection with the players themselves. The set has 4 Hall of Famers. There's Hank Aaron, Eddie Matthews, Warren Spahn, and Red Schoendienst, along with fan favorites like Lou Burdette, Billy Bruton, and manager Fred Haney. Some of the cards like Schoendienst and Wes Covington, they're short prints, and that made them particularly prized among collectors. But the cards, these cards aren't built to last. Let me just do this real quick. I've got some cards I'm going to show you, but listen to this. This is one of them here, but listen. You can tell they're not made of a firm cardboard or a firm stock. Printing them on that thin stock and making them kind of oversized, they suffered a lot of edge wear and surface scuffs over the years. And today, surviving examples that are in strong condition, they're treasured by collectors in Wisconsin and all across the U.S. Now, for Milwaukee fans in 1957, it wasn't just about the wins and losses. It was about that community pride. And hometown businesses just rallied around the Braves, and they had these keepsakes, like these Spic and Span cards, that they just carried that magic of that unforgettable season. Here, let's take a look at some of the ones that I have here. This is Andy Pafko, and he says, "Regards from an old friend." I'm going to try and get close to the camera here with this, so you can get a real good look at the signature, which, by the way, it's a facsimile signature, but it doesn't look like it. They're kind of in blue. I'm hoping that's showing up a little bit. I'm just going to hold it for a second, get back here. But Andy Pafko, I think that's a fun card. Here's Ray Crone. Now, most of the cards are opposed shots, taken from, I don't know, medium range, but they kind of zoom in. This is kind of more of, well, I'm going to call it a portrait. It's almost portrait-like. What does Ray say? Ray says, "Back your Braves." That's good advice. That's good advice. All right, here's one. Johnny Logan. Johnny Logan fielding that ball, ready to toss him out at first base. You can see down here in the corner that Spic and Span logo, that little blue logo. I love regional cards. I really love regional cards that feature whoever is sponsoring the cards on the card itself. A lot of people don't like that. I happen to like it. I think it's my background in marketing a little bit, but I like that. My final card is Billy Bruton. What does Billy say? Cordially, William H. Bruton. Well, William H. Bruton, are we going to a cotillion? Are we debutantes? I like the card, though. That is really nice. Thank you for joining me this morning. And thank you for joining Cardboard Meditation. Now, the 1950s, a time for cardboard heroes, has been a blast for me, and I'm glad you're joining me for that. And if you liked it, if you have liked it, can you do me a favor and like and subscribe? I'd certainly appreciate it. And if you can, comment on anything that you saw so far that you didn't know existed or that you would like to start collecting. What cards have you seen that made you go, hey, I didn't know anything about that? That was a fun trip through that card set. I'd appreciate it. The next in this series, which is starting to wind down, is the 1958 Topps. Some pretty cool cards in there, too. We're going to take a look at those the next time. So thank you very much. Don't forget, if you can, comment, and we'll talk soon.
Cardboard meditation helps set your mind right. Thank you for watching. Show us your appreciation by clicking the like and subscribe button. Ring the bell while you're at it so you'll know when we upload a new story.